Hello, I'm Frederik Krebs from infinityPV. In this video, we'll show you how the first charge selective layer is prepared. This layer may be either a hole or electron selective layer, and we demonstrate many of the known ways to make such a layer. In the previous videos, we've seen how we selected our carrier substrate, we've cleaned it, and we've also possibly patterned it by either printing the desired electron structure, by laser scribing the desired pattern, or by selectively etching away ITO in regions where we do not want it. We then have to select our Perovskite solar cell stack, and the first choice we have to make is which way the carriers are gonna flow or be transported through the solar stack. We do this by printing or coating a charge selective layer on top of the ITO or the electrode, and this layer will allow one of the carriers, the hole or the electron, to pass through to the ITO or electrode while blocking the other one. This choice becomes very defining for the way the subsequent layers are both chosen and prepared. And the choice of stack, which is often coined an NIP or PIN stack, depends on whether the electron selective layer or the hole selective layer is applied first onto the ITO. In this video, we will show 4 examples of this. In the case of the NIP stack, the stack where the electron is selected first or going into the first electrode, we use a common electron transporting layer. The one that works well with the perovskite active layer is tin oxide. It can be applied by slot die coating very simply as a fully covering layer or in stripes. It can be applied from a water-based solution or from an organic alcohol such as ethanol or isopropanol. And here we show the preparation of very even tin oxide layers using a water-based dispersion of tin oxide nanoparticles. After drying the layer, it's typically 40 nanometers thick and ready to use in the subsequent steps. Another example is slot die coating of zinc oxide nanoparticles, also as a dispersion from either acetone or isopropanol, along exactly the same lines using slot die coating, giving a final thickness of about 100 nanometers. And both tin oxide and zinc oxide are good electron transporting layers, and they comprise a good starting layer for the NIP structure. In the case of the PIN stack, so where the hole enters the electrode first, the best known metal oxide layer is nickel oxide, which we can also slot die coat from a dispersion of nanoparticles in, for instance, ethanol. The nickel oxide suspension is colored greenish or brown, but since the layer is very, very thin, it ends up as a semi-transparent layer on top of the ITO, so you cannot see this dark color that you see in the video. A slightly different approach to the PIN stack is the use of a self-assembled monolayer, or an SAM, on top of the ITO, which acts as a hole selective layer. It is comprised of a very thin and from this point of view very attractive material. It's typically an electron-rich aromatic molecule such as carbazole in the simplest case that can be tethered to the surface of the ITO using a functional group that exhibits a strong affinity for ITO. This could be a phosphonic acid group. Also, this is applied by slot die coating from solution. So now we've detailed how you apply the first carrier selective layer onto your substrate and the electrode, and you are now ready to apply the active perovskite layer that we will show in the next video. So stay tuned.